In this video, you will see 10 things you want to know in Tarkov. If you've played the game for a long time, you probably know some of these things, but I'd be surprised if you know it all. So let's just get started. There's a wide variety of different stims you can use in Escape from Tarkov. They range from pretty useless to straight up godlike. And before I get started, I know you might be thinking, but stims are just so expensive, Lejs. How can I even afford them? And you're not wrong. They are super expensive, and they will take a toll on your economy, but they can easily be the difference between life and death. Once you've completed the task, out of curiosity from Therapist, she will give you your first injector case. It has 9 slots and can be stored in your secure container. In here, I recommend you keep an ETG used for emergency healing, a Sagustin used for stopping all bleeds, either a Trimadol or an SJ6 for 3 minutes of heavily increased stamina regen, a Probital for a quick painkiller effect with a small heal as well, and either a Mule or an Obdolbus 2 for boosting weight capacity. The Obdolbus 2 will also increase your damage taken by 80%, however, so this stim is extremely risky to pop. On the upside, it will make you feel like freaking Superman, running and jumping wherever you want. I also have a Probital both in my injector case and in my rig every raid. Lastly, you need to watch your hydration and energy levels after using stims. Most of them increase the drain quite a lot. You may be familiar with bunny hopping from other shooters, and it exists in Tarkov as well. It takes some practice to master, but it can result in some really broken jump peaks. To learn how to bunny hop, there are 2 things you need to know about movement in Tarkov. Firstly, we've got inertia, which makes it so reaching max speed takes a couple of seconds. And secondly, you'll jump much further when jumping after taking a step with your left leg. So when you want to make a bunny hop, run for a couple of seconds to gather speed and then jump after stepping with the left leg. When you land, you'll be able to hold whichever direction you want on your keyboard and make a second jump, bouncing you in the direction you are holding while being able to point fire accurately. The way the world is designed makes for a camper's paradise, and there are many different spots that the rats will use to try and land the kill. Because of that, it's a good idea to get familiar with some of the more frequently used ones. On customs, for example, there are a couple of different trees that people like to sit in. Over here by CB11, behind Old Gas, and next to Crack House. There are many different places that people can jump onto as well. Here we are next to Crack House again, a couple of jumps, and we've got an excellent angle. You can do the same over here next to Skeleton. And again here on the bridge. This is just scratching the surface, of course, and you'll learn a lot more spots down the line, but check your bushes, treetops, and weird corners, people. Using armor is a must in Tarkov. Without it, pretty much anyone can 2 or 3 tap you to the chest. But did you know that stomach protection also plays a huge role in the amount of damage you take? Because a lot of the high-end armors, like Slick, Hex Grid, and the CP mod, only provides thorax protection. These are still very good armors, of course, but if you are unlucky and come up against a shotgun, a well-placed stomach shot is going to put you very close to death, if not just kill you. For that reason, stomach protection is super worthwhile. The Gazelle is one of my favorites. It's a lightweight level 5 armor that covers both thorax and stomach. Having stomach protection will also prevent you from having to do surgery on it every time you get hit. If you watch any of the different PvP-focused Tarkov streamers, you'll notice that they are almost always under the effects of a painkiller. The reason is that if they get hit all of a sudden, they need to be able to keep running. Personally, I'm not popping painkillers 100% of the time. I usually keep a Probital in my rig like I mentioned, so I always have quick access to painkillers. But if I'm on laps, spawn in an open area, or know that I'm about to head into a fight, I'll always pop a painkiller right away to be better prepared. Get used to doing this, as it can make a lot of difference. Using the best ammunition available is another super important thing. To learn the most, you should bookmark a website like eft-ammo.com and look up the types of ammo you need when you need it. These kinds of sites can be quite hard to read though, so I'll briefly go over a few different calibers. For 5.56, we've got M995 at the top. It's only available through crafting though. You'll mainly be using these 2, and M855 is the lowest you want to go. Try to avoid it if possible. They can all be bought from Peacekeeper. For 5.45, we've got Igolnik at the top. Again, only available through crafting. BS you can barter in packs of 30 from Prepper level 3. And then in this order, we've got BT, BP, PP, and the lowest you want to go is PS. All of which are bought or bartered from Prepper. If you want to know more, you'll have to go and check it out for yourself. Weight plays a big part in how fast you're able to move and also how much noise you are making. For example, it's impossible to be completely silent even while slow crouch walking if you are overweight. Because of this, you should always try to keep your weight in mind when building a loadout. More importantly, You need to always drop your backpack when fighting someone, even if it's empty. The bag itself weighs a few kilos, but backpacks also give a small movement penalty. Hitting C twice is the default bind for dropping your backpack. Grenades can obviously be very useful in Tarkov, and there's a couple of things you should know. You never want to pull out a nade when fighting someone if they can run up to you within a few seconds. Taking out a nade, pulling the pin and throwing it takes a bit of time, so you should only be nading in close quarters when you have someone there to cover you. You can also do some powerful fakes with nades, either by using the M67, which has a 5-second fuse timer that can give you time to push past it after throwing, or by throwing it in a different place than they were expecting. This can allow you to push to a spot where they are waiting for a grenade to go off. Avoid holding down mouse 1 unless absolutely necessary. Burning through all of your ammo can sometimes happen pretty quickly, and you'll even come up against some players who use this to their advantage. They might try to bait you to empty your magazine by jiggle peeking or running around outside, and then have an opportunity to push in as soon as you reload. So try to conserve your ammo as best as you can, and save the bullets for when you are able to land them on target. If you want to sit still and camp, that's your choice. But instead of ratting or freezing in place as soon as you hear an enemy PMC, try to play tactical instead. If they haven't heard you yet, it's often a good idea to try and get the drop on them, somehow. There will be many times where it won't be possible to make a move without giving away some sound though. So don't be so afraid of the enemy hearing you. Remember, if they can hear you, you can hear them as well. Once the fighting begins, remember to play the right hand peeks, try to pre-fire when you know they are about to peek, and remember that it's possible, most of the time anyways, to just fall back from any fight and either go for the flank or just disengage altogether. The only problem left is that there is no more time, but still plenty of things worth knowing. Click this video here for more. Thank you for watching and take care.